Ready? Start. When we achieved independence in 1947, India was a baby aiming to grow to become one of the respected members of the world community. Stop. The leaders of independence movement undertook an onerous task of framing the constitution for the country. Stop. They studied the constitutions of various countries and adopted their best provisions for creating an egalitarian society with the aim of ensuring justice, social, economic, and political, various types of freedoms, equality of opportunity and of status, and ensuring dignity of every individual. Stop para. During the drafting of the Constitution, the preliminary notes on the fundamental rights issued by the constitutional advisor B.N. Rao specifically dealt with the issue of equality using examples from various constitutions to emphasize its importance. Stop. One of the issues highlighted in the note was that if the instinct of power is concentrated in few individuals, then naked greed for power will destroy the basics of democratic principles. Stop. But what we have done in the last 4 decades would shock the most established political system. Stop. The best political and executive practices have been distorted to such an extent that they do not even look like distant cousins of their original forms. Stop. The best example of this is the use of symbols of authority, including the red lights on the vehicles of public representatives from the lowest to the highest and civil servants of various cadres. The red lights symbolize power and a stark differentiation between those who are allowed to use it and the ones who are not. A large number of those using vehicles with red lights have no respect for the laws of the country and they treat the ordinary citizens with contempt. The use of red lights on the vehicles of public representatives and civil servants has perhaps no parallel in the world democracies. Stop para. It would be apt to extract paragraph 6 of the judgment rendered by the Supreme Court in the case of Rambir Upadhyay versus R.M. Srivastava and others 2015 13 SCC 370 para. However, in our experience, we have hardly seen any security of Z or Y category provided to any ordinary citizen, howsoever grave the threat, perception, or imminent danger may be to a person concerned. Stop. The petitioner, the person concerned, however, has claimed it obviously as a privileged class by virtue of being an ex-minister, which at times may be justified even to an ex-minister or any other dignitary, considering the nature and function of the duties which he had discharged, which could facilitate the assessment of his threat perception even after laying down the office. Stop. But what exactly is his threat perception and whether the same is grave in nature obviously will have to be left to be decided by the authorities, including the authorities of the state or the center, which may include even the intelligence bureau or any other authority concerned which is entitled to assess the threat perception of an individual. Stop. But insofar as the court of law is concerned, it would obviously be in a predicament to comment to any conclusion as to whether the threat perception alleged by a person claiming security is grave or otherwise which would hold him entitled to the security of a greater degree, since this is clearly a question of factual nature